Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you, obviously, as you can see, from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. And we have a local celebrity, wonderful business guy, longtime friend, I would say, longer than we're going to certainly share with the audience, Kellie Dean, head of Dean Transportation. How you doing, bud?
Chris, I'm doing great, and thanks so much for having me today. I'm very honored.
Well, you know what? A lot of important information goes out simply through storytelling. And your story is a pretty phenomenal one. And then we're going to get into the philanthropy that you are noted for in this community. So let's start out with transportation, Dean Transportation, what you are, and maybe how you got started.
Well, thank you, Chris. You know, something I'm proud of in that I actually started my career as a teacher. But even before I became a teacher, I was a teacher's assistant, a parapro. When I'm dead and gone, I'm going to say that was the best job I ever had in my whole life, working with severely disabled students in special ed, to the point I went back and changed my major, became a teacher, helped launch the Special Olympics here in the state, and had just a great opportunity to get involved in something that I felt was truly special. But a gentleman named Lyle Stevens came knocking at my door after about 12 years in education. I was then a assistant principal and administrator, and that was going to be my career. But Lyle was persistent. He invited me to come and join him in business. So I left the Lansing School District to become then the president of what was called then Special Transportation. Lyle operated about 20 years under the name of Special Transportation. We soon entered into agreement that I would purchase his company from him. We renamed it Dean Transportation, and it's even surprised me, for 40 years now, I have been operating under the name of Dean Transportation, and I'm excited because I've enjoyed every minute of the 40 years.
Well, and how fast those 40 years went by is pretty incredible, too. I would say that you and I met while we were both educators.
We were both educators. I followed your career, and I think somewhere along that time is maybe when you met your wife at the same school, the Marvin Beekman Center. Louise was a professional nutritionist because it was really felt at the time that was one of the areas that these truly disabled students were missing was nutrition and all the nutrients that would really help them prosper and grow. So she was really instrumental in launching that program. And I was just a young teacher at the time, and I enjoyed every minute of working at the Beekman Center.
Yeah, it was a wonderful place to work. And when she got done as a dietitian, that was her first job, which brought us to this community. And we've been here 51 years now.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable stuff. Tell everybody about Dean Transportation and what you do, because it's not just school buses.
Well, thank you, Chris. So, yes, we have diverse offerings within the entire company. Dean Transportation is really the parent company. We operate now. We started with one office, and we have 54 offices statewide. That's a lot of travel, but a lot of great public school systems that hire us to provide the both special needs and general ed transportation. So we're transporting about 95,000 students a day right now, approaching about 2,000 vehicles, and almost 3,000 employees total. It's what our operation. We're not the largest in the world, but we compete against the biggest companies in our industry, and so far so good. We also have a management company where we go in and actually take over a district and manage the operations. And then our newest, which is almost 30 years now, we've been operating Dean Trailways of Michigan, doing business as Dean Charters and Tours, and that truly is a charter company providing luxury motor coach travel. We do a lot of universities such as Michigan State, sports and academia, and then schools like Olivet and Aquinas College, hire us. But we also have a black car division that is truly a growing opportunity where we can give assistance to business and community and families that need a special transportation for a special event.
Listen, I didn't want you to leave Kurt Gibson out of the mix because I know you shuttled him around the state for many years, and you have those kinds of people that you deal with. I want to talk about philanthropy because that's a very important part of Dean Transportation's culture. So I'm involved in some of that with you because I never say no to you when you call, right? But you have started a number of things, not the least of which is the Lansing Promise.
Well, Chris, thank you, and thanks for not saying no, and thanks for your partnership because you are as generous as anyone that I know in this community and helping to support so many worthy opportunities for making a difference in the lives of our community. But the Lansing Promise has been something that's truly been special in that when you really think about how you can change lives, here's an opportunity to help young people who graduate here, particularly the Lansing School District, graduate and then need a boost to get to secondary education, career and technical, 2-year, 4-year schools to really make a difference in their lives, to get that higher education to be competitive in this competitive world. And I've really felt this is something that truly makes a difference. It's a way to overcome poverty. It's a way to overcome homelessness, hunger. There's so many things that can change in our community, and we are well up to 2,500 or so scholarships. Every promise that we've kept, and we've been able to help grow the community at the same time.
Well, it's been a tremendous endeavor, and I know your two boys now are really involved in the management of the company. And I have to say, from a parenting standpoint, you've done a marvelous job because those two boys have the same values.
Chris, thank you for that comment, and to include my wife, Marilyn, who's played a big role, and but to have the blessing of having two sons who came to work with me willingly. There was never a gift. There was never opportunity. Family businesses, it's hard work, and nobody works harder than Patrick and Christopher in our business, and they play a key role, vital role. And after 40 years, I need to make sure that I hand the reins to younger, smarter folks who can help the business go for, the next their next opportunities.
Well, that's a great recognition because I am surrounded by smarter, younger people every day. Kellie, Dean, thanks so much for spending time with us, and thanks for all you do in the community.
Chris, and it's mutual. I love working along with you. Thanks for all that you do, and thanks for having me today. This is a real honor. Thank you.
Well, they've all been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we will be back with more.